introduced at the request of Richard Daines, the Commissioner of New York State Department of Health, calls for changes to the law in order to make recommended inoculation, because, see, the hoax, it's now been exposed that it was a hoax, and that was getting them about 95%. But now the hoax is over. The criminals' hoax is over. See, there's no law. They're criminals. What does it take? A government that lies all the time to you. Oh, God. I care about you, you idiot police. You idiot school teachers. You idiot Americans. Stop being idiots. Stop it! I've had hundreds of guests and scientists and doctors on. I've read all the source documents. I've played clips of the father of the polio vaccine admitting it had cancer viruses in it and more, and AIDS, HIV. I've proven it. They're killing you, dude. Why do you want to die? Why do you want to believe their lies? What is your problem? What is your major malfunction? You ought to thank God for me up here warning you that I've still got my head screwed on straight and I'm angry and upset. Folks, I have got as much instinct as a cow. Humans used to have the best instincts, the smartest, the most cunning, the best sixth sense. You've had it bred out of you, engineered out of you, poisoned out of you. You get a bunch of cows at the slaughterhouse, and that's why they get them in tiny squeeze chutes and then only bring them into the main slaughter area one at a time in most plants. And they usually got an air gun that fires a bolt into their head, because if you get other cows in there and they see that going on, they'll go nuts. Nuts like you've never seen, breaking their legs, ramming through things, doing things. A cow will fight back. And that's all I'm doing, folks. I'm in the chute, just slobbering and freaking out. And you're sitting there drooling like a bunch of idiots behind me. They got one cow up hanging by its legs in front of you, blood pouring out its neck in huge pools, and you're just snickering, telling me that isn't one of our fellow cows getting their throats slit right in front of us, you idiots. Oh, God, I can't do it anymore. I can't. I want out of here. I want to go to some happy, friendly country where this isn't going on. There's evil going on all around you. They're feeding on your neighbors down the street. But you don't know your neighbors anymore, so you're not aware of what's happening. I get so mad reading this article, I just can't control myself. Oh, Jesus. Assembly Bill 10942, introduced at the... We're only a few years away from cops coming to your house and SWAT teaming you if you don't shoot your kids up. And I'm just telling the cops right now, you're pushing and pushing. The globalists know people are going to fight back. Then they're going to say, see, there is homegrown terrorism. And then you're going to all get your butts kicked, and they're going to bring in foreign troops. You understand? You've pushed far enough. You slime ball, think you're tough punks. Assembly Bill 10942, introduced at the request of Richard Daines, the Commissioner of the New York State Department of Health, calls for changes to the law in order to make recommended inoculation compulsory in order for children to attend school. The bill would also permit the administration of vaccines for sexually transmitted infections to minors without parental consent. Now, that is a huge... They're already taking your kids for abortions without your consent. Your 12 or 13-year-old, in some cases as young as 10... They got to have a letter to go to the zoo with the government training camp, but not to have a baby ripped out of them. But you don't care. It's all part of being scum. You let the scum, filth, degenerate, viperous, murdering, trash, commie government just have its way with your kids while they train them to tattle on you and everything else. And you've had all your instincts sucked out of you, where you think a bunch of vampiric scumbag government leering over your children, the state stating in California's Supreme Court that the state owns your children. Remember that? And that homeschooling's illegal in California. You're out of control. The government's dirtbag.